Hello everyone, Mark Stevens, CEO of Trévo. Today I want to give you a great leadership training. Before I start though, I want to ask you some questions. First of all, what is your vision for 2018? I want you to think about the lifestyle you really dream of living. And I want you to be very detailed and very specific about that. What is it that you want to experience in 2018? What is that lifestyle? What does it look like? What does it feel like? What does it smell like? What are the experiences that you have in the deepest parts of your heart that you truly want to not go another year without experiencing? You know, I think in the business realm, you have to think about how many pools do you want to qualify in our global pool bonus share? What does that look like to your business, which ties into your ranking? What level of recognition do you want to be recognized at for your success here in 2018? I think it's exciting to think about our potential. No one in the field has tapped even a small part of what they can experience through the Trévo opportunity. And so I want to challenge you to think bigger. I think too many people think small and they miss the extraordinary, because the extraordinary doesn't exist in average living or ordinary living or day-to-day living. It exists only for those that think outside the box, that are not willing to settle for just existence anymore, but they want to thrive in life and they want to live a successful life. So let's get into the training and talk about the extraordinary lifestyle and about leadership in this business. So the first thing that we want to really focus in on is who really desires an extraordinary Trévo lifestyle. Is it you? Do you really desire it? Because wanting it is one thing, but having this burning desire that you can't live without, that's a totally different thing. And that's what I'm looking for right now, are individuals that are no longer willing to settle for anything less than extraordinary. If it is you, then you have to recognize that you need new actions, because new actions are required to be able to go from ordinary to the exciting lifestyle that is waiting in what we call that extraordinary lifestyle. I'm not talking about someday, but I'm talking about here and now. No more, I'll get to it someday. No, it's today. You don't dare give up until you reach that extraordinary lifestyle. I'm here as your mentor, as your coach, to push you, to challenge you, to go for it this year. I want to give you a declaration, because I'm all about declaring. Do you know, I believe that we can want something, and it can be in our heart, it can be in our mind, but until we begin to speak it out, nothing's going to happen. So I want you to begin to say to yourself every day, look in the mirror and say, I possess my extraordinary life today. I possess my extraordinary life today. Not tomorrow, not someday, today. I choose today that I'm going to live it today. And then you begin on a journey to develop yourself so that you can give your life so that you can help others. Because see, the way you get extraordinary is by helping others possess it. And so you get in the process of building belief with yourself and with your team members. You see, extraordinary living is about growing and becoming who you were created to be. So many people miss it. They don't realize that God created them for extraordinary. But you can't change the reality on the outside until you first change it on the inside. You see, I have a message I taught Alexandria from a young age, my daughter, and that is that what you allow to get on you will get in you, and what gets in you comes out of you. So I want to challenge you to get good coming on you. Begin to open yourself up to new things that will open your mind to your potential, and build it deep inside in your innermost being, so that it will begin to come out of you. Things of success, things of possibility, things of unlimited potential of what you can create in your life. You know, there is a scripture in the Bible, Proverbs 23:7, that says, "For as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he." So what you think in your heart is truly who you are right now. And here's another truth that you have to realize, is that what you allow to get in you, it will get in you and it will come out of you, as I've already mentioned. So you have to take responsibility for the person you become. You have to know that you determine whether you become extraordinary. And that happens through your thoughts, it happens through your attitudes, through your expectations, and all of those three things determine your actions of what you do. You see, it's only individuals that have higher thoughts, that have a more powerful attitude, an attitude of winning, an attitude of success, who their expectations are big. They don't expect small. They don't expect to maybe be successful. No, they know that they will experience success. And here's a truth that is going to be hard for some of you to probably grasp, and that is the life that you are experiencing right now is a result of the way that you have been thinking up to this point deep down inside. You know, you can make excuses, you can blame the economy, you can blame the government, you can blame your friends, your family, your team, the company, whoever you want to blame. But when it comes to truth, it's all about you. It's all about me. And in our life is like a garden. And you know, if I was to come to your house and visit you, and you had a garden, I could go out and look at that garden, and it wouldn't take me long to figure out what you had planted if those seeds had matured and those plants had come up, whether you had planted, you know, corn, or you had planted peas, or whatever it is you had planted. It would be obvious, right? Well, here's the same thing is, you may try to say that someone else planted something in your garden, but if you planted it, then you knew what kind of seeds you planted. So if you planted tomato seeds, then, and you didn't intend for tomatoes to grow, then what happened? You see, if we see corn, peas, and tomatoes growing, obviously, then you planted corn, peas, and tomato seeds. However, ultimately, it isn't your responsibility, isn't it, to guard and protect your garden, to make sure that the right things that you wanted planted are the things that grow? Well, the same thing is true with your life and with your business, the things that you plant inside of you. You have to guard your garden of your life to make sure that you intentionally plant the right things so the right things grow. Right attitudes, right thoughts, right actions. You see, the garden is your life, which results in the lifestyle. And before you can change the lifestyle, you have to eliminate the excuses, and you have to begin intentionally planting the right seeds. You know, here's the truth is, God must want for us to live extraordinary, because anything I read in the Bible, it's about for our good, for us being good. And He wants us to live extraordinary, but we have to choose it, and we have to take responsibility for it. We have to guard what we're thinking in our heart at the core of our being, so that we know that we take responsibility. And it starts in planting that root system. This is your core of who you really are. This is what goes on underground. Those are the thoughts that maybe others don't really hear. The work that no one sees in your business. You see, when you're building that and cultivating your business, you're doing work that doesn't maybe produce immediate results as you're building relationships and you're making contacts, but it's building the root system of your business, because you're developing habits of actions, of successful people within our industry. And so the work that no one sees, the actions, that is what creates the results from people that have a harvest and people that don't have a harvest. And so you have to make sure that the words that you speak, that they come from a deep emotion. The actions that you take, they come from a deep core passion that they're going to create results from down within. You know, for some people, it's all about appearances. People who have shallow roots versus deep roots in their personal development, in their business development. People come into this business and they have a short-term view versus a long-term view. Do you know that when someone joins our business, I always tell them, you need to plan on working 2 to 5 years to create extraordinary freedom in your life. You see, we're building at Trévo something that is generational, something that is going to affect generations to come. So I want you to think on extraordinary things, not on great things, not on ordinary things, because ordinary thinking produces a limited harvest for your lifestyle. Ordinary actions produce ordinary results for your business. Great thinking, it produces a successful harvest for your lifestyle. Great actions produce a great lifestyle. But we're not about great. We're not about ordinary. We're about extraordinary. Extraordinary thinking, extraordinary actions produce an out-of-this-world harvest for your lifestyle, an out-of-this-world harvest for your business. See, when you transform your daily thinking, it will then begin to transform your daily actions. And that is where you'll begin to experience extraordinary living. You see, you live life on another level when you start focusing on extraordinary. This will really affect the results that you get in your Trévo business when you begin to do this. You see, you will experience the extraordinary Trévo lifestyle when you begin to start thinking extraordinary, your expectations are extraordinary, your actions are extraordinary, your attitudes are extraordinary. It all begins to come together. You'll become magnetic. You'll become charismatic. Do you know why is it that people follow leaders? It's because of their charisma. What is charisma? It's an individual that from the core of their being, the root system of their life, they know what they were called to do. They know their purpose. They know what they need to do. They know how to do it. And they are willing to do whatever it takes to get there. Are you that kind of leader? Are you willing to become that kind of leader? If the answer is yes, you're on your way to extraordinary. If you're hesitating, you're not ready. If the answer is no, extraordinary will never visit your house. You see, prosperity, creativity, abundance, expectancy, energy, growth, love, confidence, positivity, anticipation, all of these things are characteristics of what a leader is like that is on his way to extraordinary or is living extraordinary. You see, you've got to think on good things. You've got to meditate about where you're looking for your life to be and looking and meditating on truths that will transform your thinking, will transform your attitudes, will transform your expectations, that will transform your actions, so that it will transform your living. And you'll be living at a different level than the average person. You see, there is only one way to change your mind about your potential that will lead you to an extraordinary lifestyle. And what is that? You must apply what you learn and not just think about it. See, you can read every book. You can go and listen to my train. You can do all kinds of things, but until you apply it, nothing's going to happen for you. Now, here's some tips. For me personally, these are the kind of things that I do to empower my life, to dig my roots deep in my life to become extraordinary. I read the Bible, I read Psalms, I read books, I listen to CDs. I began to make declarations. I love listening to music, watching TV shows like Oprah Winfrey's Life Classes, and I like getting around people that help inspire me. Those are the kind of things that help me become extraordinary. In the business side, it's about taking those actions of creating relationships, of going out every day and getting around people so that I can connect with individuals, find out their needs, and how the Trévo platform can help them meet their needs. It's about going to seminars. It's about going to events. It's about recognizing my team. Those are the things that will drive the business and create excitement in the business. Well, we've got more to train about, but we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment.